You heard it jam all the way up to the gun, 0 reading, full pass, all the way through Dragon Eye Compact. All right, so we're gonna show you how to beat speeding tickets in this brand new 2026 BMW M5 and how to get away with it. And this is gonna be completely legal in almost every state. All right, so 2026 BMW M5, we utilize a Uniden R9W radar and laser defense system. And in this case, we integrated it in our fully stealth OEM package. What that means is when you look at the outside of the car, you're not going to notice anything has changed at all. It's going to look all completely factory. It's going to be 100% concealed, and it's going to be 100% undetectable. So let's get a little bit closer and come check it out. Now, starting with the front end, we have 4 shifters in total. We have 2 transmit and 2 receivers. We also have a front radar receiver. All of that is integrated and hidden completely in the bumper's factory design. Looking at this, you probably still can't pick it out. We use the design of these front radar receivers up here, which is going to be used for the adaptive cruise control. So we took this design, we created a pod down here. When the car came in, we fully 3D scanned the front bumper to get all the factory data points from this car. From there, we then started engineering this housing in Fusion 360 to create a 3D printable pod that perfectly attaches and affixes to the car. The front end of that pod is finished off in IR acrylic, which is the same acrylic that you're going to see up here in the front bumper. So this whole pod is going to house our 4 shifters perfectly. They're going to be perfectly aimed. All of the math is done correctly because we can see the information in the computer. So all of these shifters are perfectly aimed straight down the road on axis with the road. So the pod is affixed with a inset piece of double-sided tape in the pod, and it's going to perfectly affix this to the bumper. The wiring for the shifters are going to be at the same junction point as the bumper, so if the bumper ever had to be serviced, everything can come off like factory, and everything is labeled as far as each individual sensor. Now, the front radar receiver is mounted right up here behind the front bumper. Any of the radar receivers can receive signal through plastic. They cannot receive signal through metal or carbon fiber. So those can be affixed and perfectly concealed behind the bumper as long as there's room. Seriously, look how good this looks from the side. It tucks in with the bumper on the same plane as the bumper, and then it's kind of hard to notice, but there's an ever so slight contour, which is going to contour perfectly with that front arc of this bumper. So again, when you're looking at this from far away, even close up, never seeing this before, you would never know that this is not a factory piece. All right, so for the rear of the car, since we use the 4 shifters in the front, that's going to leave us with 2 left with the Uniden R9W kit. The rear in the States really isn't a big threat. So as long as we have 2 in the rear, we're pretty much going to be able to defend against most guns. You'll see later on in this video the full testing with the Dragon Eye, and did great against the rear. So with that being said, we have 2 sensors left, a transmit and a receive. So same thing with the front, we 3D scanned the rear bumper, had this math in our 3D CAD program, and we designed these shifters to work perfectly and blend in perfectly with these rear taillights. So even at this angle where the taillight is sloped down, this shifter housing is going to follow that taillight perfectly. So again, when you look at it here from the side, it's perfectly on the same plane as that rear taillight. Both of these sensor housings are going to be fully sculpted with the car. So if you want to come in a little bit closer and look up here, even the back of the shifter housing is going to conform perfectly with the rear end of this car. Everything is going to be layered and hidden. The sensor is going to be fully encapsulated within this pod. So again, that's also going to help keep the shifters fresh and durable, because again, they're not going to receive all of the elements where they're typically out in the open in a normal scenario. So again, both of these housings perfectly fit on the rear of this car and blend in just like a factory option. The rear radar receiver is mounted right up here behind the bumper as well. All right, so now inside the car, we have an LCD display, and we also have the controller, as well as a speaker that we need to install. So in most cases, we're gonna, again, follow the same procedure of trying to make everything look 100% OEM and intentional. What you're looking at is a little information center that we created here in this center console. We 3D scanned this whole area, and this piece was made to perfectly fit within the confines of this console. So to the right, you can see the display that we made. Again, very stealth. We can hit the power button right here, and you can see that display just goes perfectly black. So hit the master power, and then all of this looks like factory pieces within the car. You would never know that there's a system if you were to check inside this car, because there's no evidence of a system being in here. Now, if we turn the system back on, you're going to notice the whole startup.
S-band, K-band, Ka-band, laser, GPS connected.
Now, you also just heard a speaker, which is going to be to my left. That is going to be in the factory B pillar next to the driver. And it's basically a little exciter speaker. I can overlay a picture of what it looks like here. And that is basically going to vibrate that whole panel and turn that whole panel into the speaker. So if you have an audio system like we did in this one, and the music is up very loud, you can still hear that speaker clear as day right next to your left ear. As far as the controller goes, we generally always do magnetic covers to conceal the controller. So pop that off there. There are magnets embedded into the panel here. And now you have your controller that is right here, easy to use with your hand. So again, it's within arm's length, and all of that stuff is going to be right there. Pop this back up. Again, magnetically attaches. It's going to look just like, again, that display on the right side, just a smaller version. Also note how the display is perfectly on axis with the driver. So when you're sitting here, it's angled up, angled to you. That way it's in perfect eyesight of where you're driving. In this case, a lot of times you've seen us do stuff over the steering column shroud. In the case of this, the display up here is kind of in the way, so it kind of blocks some of the information that you'd be seeing from this display. So we decided to stay down here, as there wasn't a lot of space above the mirror up here. So this just made the most sense in the M5. And with that being said, the R9W is an amazing unit. You heard where it said GPS connected. So the modern day units, they work a little bit different than the old ones. They use a lot of GPS technology to, one, track speed light cameras, red light cameras, and alert you as you come up to those GPS points, which are going to help you against those two things. And then also, it's going to help you defend against falses. And what I mean by falses is a signal that you're going to drive by in a GPS location. You do that numerous times, it's going to learn that pattern, and it's going to start auto muting that signal, that exact frequency at that exact GPS point. Therefore, as you're driving around, the more you drive around, the more it's going to learn the road, what is a real threat and what is a false threat. And from there, it is going to mute out all of the falses that would typically alert the system. So it's not going to be going off all the time. It's really only going to be going off if there's an actual issue. The new systems are awesome. They're updatable. There's firmware updates that are going to adapt to new versions of guns, new cars on the road with adaptive cruise control or collision avoidance, and have those frequencies notched out. So again, the systems are just way different based on how they used to be, you know, even 5 years ago. So right now we're going to look at the testing videos and see how well this thing held up against the best guns on the market. All right, it's going to be the first pass unlimited jamming. We're going to try and jam to the gun with Dragon Eye Compact. So 4 front shifters, 2 TX, 2 RX. The goal here is to shoot everywhere on the car. Headlights, pillars. You heard it jam all the way up to the gun, 0 reading, full pass, all the way through Dragon Eye Compact. This is a harder gun to beat when you are very close. It's going to have a tighter beam than the long range Dragon Eye. Generally, if you can beat this up to the gun from the very, very close range, you know it's going to perform against any gun on the market, because this is going to be the hardest one to beat. All right, now time for the rear. Dragon Eye Compact from the rear, unlimited jamming. I mean, it's doing perfect. Only 2 shifters on the rear. Absolutely perfect performance, 0 reading. There's a car coming down on the other side right now. We're just going to go ahead and shoot that. So right there you see 25 miles an hour of the car coming down on the other side of the road. All right, we got Dragon Eye full size, unlimited jamming. We're going to measure the performance all the way up to the gun. So you can hear it's trying to get a lock. 4 shifters in the front, 2 TX2 RX. It's doing a perfect job defending right now. Absolutely nothing. Again, we're just showing performance here, so you would not be driving like this in a real world scenario. You would be using time jamming. Perfect performance all the way up to the gun. Dragon Eye full size. It's gonna be Dragon Eye compact. From the front, unlimited jamming. First, I'll shoot the car that just went by. Got 46 miles an hour on that truck that just went by. It's going to be Dragon Eye compact from the front, unlimited jamming. You can hear it's trying to get a lock. Trying to get a lock. Perfect performance so far. I mean, the front is just perfect. Cannot penetrate it. Perfect jamming all the way up to the gun. It's going to be Dragon Eye compact from the rear, unlimited jamming. And here it's doing great. It's trying to get that reading. And absolutely nothing. Perfect performance all the way up to the gun. This is going to be Stalker XLR, unlimited jamming all the way up to the gun. You can hear it's trying. And again, absolutely nothing. Perfect performance all the way up to the gun. All right, this is going to be jamming to kill with the Dragon Eye full size. So it's going to jam for about 3-4 seconds, then allow me to get a reading. So right now it's jamming. And then right there I get my speed. So you can see 1,300 feet away. After it jammed for about 4 seconds, it let him know immediately, hey, you're being shot. You need to slow down to the speed limit. And then it jams for 4 seconds, allowing him to slow down to the speed limit. And then I, relatively quick, get my reading on the gun of him doing the speed limit, right? So if I was a cop sitting on an open road and I was shooting that car, I see he's going the speed limit and he drives by like every other car doing the speed limit. Now, a lot of people would then ask, well, doesn't he know he's not getting a signal the first few seconds? And the answer to that is no, because every car is going to take a different amount of time in order to get a reading from the car based on the aerodynamics, the reflections of the car, and how far away the car is, and the weather. These are all variables that'll change how long it takes to get a hit on any car. They're all going to be different. It's all going to range from, you know, about 1 second to about 5 seconds, depending on the normal makeup of the car. So this guy in this scenario would never know his gun's being jammed. We'll go ahead and do the same test on the rear right now. 1001, 1002, 1003. So there you go. We have it set to 3 seconds right now, 37 miles an hour. You can see it jammed for that amount of time. Again, giving him the buffer time to slow down, and that's how you're going to beat tickets every single time. Thank you guys so much for following along all these videos. If this is your first time seeing our content, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, help out that algorithm any way that you can. We would really appreciate it. Also, hit that alert bell letting you know anytime we drop a new video. Follow us on TikTok. Here is our handle. We drop a lot of quickly edited videos on here well before they make it out to YouTube. So if you want to see the content first drop, check us out on TikTok, also on Instagram. We'll do a lot of reels also of that quicker format content. If you want to contact me for a job, here's my phone number followed by my email address. These are the two best points of contact for me. So if you want to get a hold of me about a job, have questions, anything like that, here's my information right below. Make sure you check out our website, musaicdesign.com/radar. If you want to see all the different radar jobs that we've ever done, it's going to be a one-stop shop to see all the build logs, the pictures, the write-ups, the videos in one easy to find spot. So if you want to see how we did it on a different BMW perhaps, go ahead and check us out there to see all the content. And like always, guys, I appreciate the feedback, I appreciate the follow, and
until next time, peace.
Forgetting you don't love me no more. Keep forgetting you don't